The Joe Rogan Experience.
Also, oddly enough, I think that part of what makes MMA so exciting is that there's crazy consequences. It's part of the reasons why when you see like Masvidal knocks out Ben Askren with that flying knee, part of why it was so exciting, like, oh, he's hurt bad.
Yeah.
It's not that he's going to be fine. There's no damage from this whatsoever. Like, no, that's real damage. Like, he went out cold instantly, and then he got punched in the face twice. It's part of what, it's terrible, but it's part of what makes the sport so exciting, is that you realize these guys are so brave to face these potential consequences.
Yeah.
It makes it's like an added element of danger that makes it exciting.
It's very true, but it's, man, I felt so bad for him when I saw that, because it kind of brought back memories for myself. I was like, I know exactly what that moment feels like. I don't remember it, but I know exactly what that moment feels like.
When you fought Moraes, do you remember what happened up to that?
Yeah.
And you just don't remember it landing?
I saw like right before it lands, and it was like, you know, in those movies when it goes, it was at this very moment he realized he fucked up. That's exactly what that was for me.
Yeah.
And out like a light, man. And I didn't like come to, and like, I mean, I woke up, but I didn't come to like actually remember like, shit, I was in a fist fight and I lost like really bad, like really quick when I got to the hospital. And
that's when you realized it.
Yeah, I heard Ben say the same thing. I was like, oh, so it's not just me. I guess it's just a really bad knockout. Him shooting forward and Masvidal jumping into him like a car crash, man.
Mm-hmm. And Masvidal's running full clip.
That was a 40-yard dash.
Running full clip and perfect placement of the knee. I mean, you don't get a cleaner knockout.
No. And just the way he did it, like, he was showing the video of him practicing it and saying he had like 3 different scenarios of how that situation could have went. That's like masterful thinking and tactical. Like, there's not a lot of people who are that cerebral when it comes to the game. And I think the way he broke that down was just super impressive. And he kind of lulled him to sleep, like his hands behind his back. And I loved every second of that, because you weren't sure what was about to happen. I was on the edge of my seat. That was my main event fight. And then he just comes out, takes a side step, like just drifts off to the right. And then boom, 40-yard dash. And flying knee KO.
It was just as much a main event for me too, because it's so important for the welterweight division.
Yeah.
Whereas like John Jones versus Thiago Santos, it was an interesting fight, and it turned out to be a great fight. But it was an interesting fight because you're like, okay, how is John Jones going to beat this guy? And is this guy going to be wild enough to catch John Jones? But when you looked at it on paper, John was a prohibitive favorite. Yeah. When you looked at Askren versus Masvidal, you're like, man, I don't know.